Hello everyone, it's Datafoya here answering one simple question. What is Anthem? I will not hold you on, so I will get straight to the point. Anthem is an Iron Man game about humans living in this crazy world which has been plagued and reconstructed by extraterrestrial forces known as the Shapers. If you ever had that fantasy of being the leader or one of the leaders of the Avengers, you want to be Tony Stark, Hulkbuster, this is going to be the game for you. Aesthetically at least. Now, there are more than 5 known factions in this game with their own sub-factions, and each one also have their own extensive lore, stories, and even missions and activities relating to them. The story of Anthem is a continuous one that will keep on expanding even after the initial path. Campaign will be more than 30 hours, up to 50 or more depending on how fast you play the game. There are going to be side missions of various difficulties, and some of those missions are story based, so it's not always going to be your typical fetch, kill, escort missions that you see in games. And even if you get killed in some of these missions and you start over, there are going to be some variables that will be different with them, so it won't feel like you're doing the same thing over and over. Now, I know that is a crazy statement, but you get what I'm trying to say, because some things will still become repetitive in games like this. There will be an addition of several world events, expansion to the world, and even missions, invasions, which are like the World of Warcraft missions, and you also have the future raid-like content in the game. There are 3 strongholds right now, which are like Nightfall Strikes in Destiny, and it will be 4 if you add the post-launch one to it. There will be several events going on in the free roam world, so you will see different enemies, crazy things happening from time to time, and even other world events as well. Depending on how fast you burn through content, you may hit that content drought before the next content drop. So this is a warning for you, because you may end up hitting that brick wall and feel like there is nothing to do. However, if the developers stay true to their words, then you should have something to do every day, every week, and even every month. Now, this is going to be a looter shooter game with the soul of a Diablo-esque RPG. The goal is to get stronger so you can do raiding stuff and high level strongholds. There are 6 levels of difficulty. You have the regular one, which is the easy one, you have the normal, you have the hard, then you have 3 grandmaster difficulties, and the final 3 will unlock after you reach level 30. Now, when you get to higher levels, enemies will start feeling like a bullet sponge. You will hate it until you realize that Anthem has a combo damage system. The combo system lets you combine certain damage types or elements to deal more damage. Enemies will usually take 5,000 bullets on certain levels, but if you combo your abilities, they will take 5 bullets or less, and that is the beautiful thing about Anthem. So Anthem is not a bullet sponge game. If anybody tells you that, trust me, that person haven't seen the combo system. In games like this, builds and crafting will be your main goal, because you will always want to get to the top tier item. In Anthem, blueprints to weapons and mods are rewarded by completed missions or doing any activity. To unlock a better version of a weapon or a gear item, keep on using that weapon, keep on using their gear item, and you will unlock an achievement for it. Then you can gather resources and build a better tier or a better role of that weapon or that item. Crafting in Anthem doesn't take 3 days, 72 hours, whatever it is. It doesn't take 24 hours either, and it doesn't require premium currency to rush the build. You claim your items, you craft it, you get it at the same time. And you cannot pay for power in Anthem either, but you can pay for cosmetics, and that is what we're going to talk about. Since we are talking about paying for items, Anthem is a $60 live service game, and the future story and the world expansions will be free. Even though those things are free, $60 is not cheap. In other parts of the world, $1 could be $300, which means $60 is more than someone's rent. Now, to maintain the live service, the game has an in-game shop with variable and unfinalized prices. No loot boxes though. You will be able to buy whatever you see. You can earn coin, which is the regular common currency in the game, by doing missions, or you can buy the premium currency with real money. This is something that may require some grind depending on how quick or how easy it is to get that coin, because chances are the game could actually sway you to try to encourage you to buy premium currency to skip the grind to buying cosmetic items. Now, as I said in the past, these are unfinalized things. So don't make your final decision or your final judgment on those yet. I would just say keep your guard up. Customization, however, is the best that I've seen in all the looter shooters that I've played. There are textures, materials, colors, patterns, emotes, different animations, and different color palettes, and this is just wonderful. And the color palette is free, which means you don't have to buy the color palette. So you can create your own colors with the color wheel that the game gives you. Different attachments and armor potions may cost you some money though, so once again, keep your eyes out for these prices and don't jump on it. Also, don't make your final judgment on it yet because those are unfinalized prices. Now, with that aside, let's get to the early, mid, and end game. Early game will comprise of completing the critical path, which is the main campaign. And of course, you will be doing some decking out and looking good, trying to look spicy and juicy for others out there. You will be picking different low-level missions or basic missions just to get a feel for things and get by. Now, when you get to mid-game, you will start looking into high-level contracts, and this is where you start launching into the world of a higher difficulty. Anthem has a difficulty slider for the entire world, so you can scale up the toughness or the weakness of enemies. However, the harder it is, the better your RNG, because Anthem will reward you for playing harder. You will have a better chance of getting top tier items. Mid-game is where you really start diving into legendary contracts in the uncharted regions and zones in Anthem. This of course is where you find some of your top level or high level enemies in the game. Endgame is where your battle begins. This is the strongholds, the live events, the raid content. This is where you actually have to invest time into your builds and what is best for you, your playstyle, your abilities, your combos, even down to the weapons that you use. At this point, you would have become wrath, death. Anything that passes by you will literally die just by looking at you. Now the power of Anthem is yours to command, and you now rule this world with an iron fist. Raid content will require coordinations and grouping up with friends, and it will also reward you big time with a lot of items, legendary, masterworked, and even maybe sometimes some rare or epic items. In terms of the world itself, the personal social areas are split into two. You have your public domain where you get to see other players, 16 total as of this moment. Then you also have your private domain, which follows and changes based on your decisions in this world. You can talk to people, give them advices that will impact what they think about you, or even sway their affiliations or XP towards certain factions and different goals in the game. Other than that, there are thousands of entries to explore in terms of lore and things to do. Anthem may not be your type of game due to EA, Bioware, demo experiences, or just some other reason, which could also be maybe another YouTuber. In fact, it is believed to be downgraded from what was revealed at E3 2017. This is something that I also see as well. The developers, though, they have said that they made these changes due to optimization issues. You can call it all bullshit, and I will not blame you for it. You can believe it if you want as well. Now, my take on this is that I would rather want a highly optimized game than a densely populated game running at 20 FPS. From what a lot of us have experienced in the VIP and the open demo, you know that if they add more graphics to it, they will have to do a hard job optimizing the game. So for now, most of what we know is from the devs and from the demos itself. If you are on the fence about this game, then I suggest that you please wait at least 3 months after the game releases before you buy it, if you are not sure about this yet. Watch reviews from EA hater channels, watch reviews from people who love the game, watch reviews from people who are balanced. Experience the game yourself just by watching it. I'm sure you won't be able to play it because you're still waiting to make your decision before you purchase it. But still, look at those things from multiple angles and keep your mind open. Make sure you look at what people are doing in this gameplays as well. If a reviewer says that Anthem is bullet spongy, ask them if they use their combos. If they say that they love the game and Anthem is the best game on earth, ask them why did they say they love the game and Anthem is the best game ever. Lastly, Don't swear a deep allegiance to Anthem or to any game ever. Be free to enjoy whatever you want, and I hope that this answers your question. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.